Aloha everyone. Today is Sunday, March 15th, and this morning we had just a little bit of a break in the rain, just enough for me to get the drone up in the air to go take a look at some of the damage on South Kihei Road. Let me show you what's going on here on Maui in the middle of the storm. We're going to start in an area that received a ton of damage from flooding. This is the far north end of Kihei, and we're flying along South Kihei Road right next to Sugar Beach. A big portion of the road here was undermined and has collapsed. After we see this area from the air, I'm going to show you a video that I took from the ground to give you a closer perspective. On the right side of the screen, we just passed the ABC store and a popular shaved ice stand, and on the ocean side is Kihei Beach Resort. As you can see, this portion of the road is still completely covered in a thick layer of mud and runoff, and another portion of the road has received substantial damage here. For point of reference, we're now passing the Ma'alaya Surf vacation condos on the ocean side of the street, and coming up on the Kihei Kai and Nani Kaihale oceanfront condo complexes. This is the intersection of South Kihei Road and North Kihei Road. Now, I do think it's worth mentioning that this area is prone to flooding, and we have seen it flooded like this in previous storms. So since I'm a real estate broker here on Maui, I do have to mention how important it is to be working with a real estate professional that is familiar with which areas of Maui are prone to flooding and beach erosion. We're now passing Sugar Beach Resort and coming up on the far north end of Kihei. So let's take a quick look at the clip from the ground. Here's another section of South Kihei Road that has been undermined by the storm and collapsed. This is a different area than I was showing everybody in some of my videos yesterday. Right next to Sugar Beach, more in North Kihei today. You can see the bus stop in this area is also started to collapse into this area. We zoom in on South Kihei Road. You can see that it is still flooded, still lots of mud, definitely closed. And if I turn the camera and look more towards the mountainside, this is Uwapo Road, right next to Kihei Villages, also flooded. This is looking to the south. And there's more. So another section right here has also collapsed. See, it's really undermined. So the county has a lot of work to do to get this fixed up. Now I'm going to show you another area in North Kihei. On the left-hand side of the road is the villas at Kenaleo, and on the right-hand side is the new Hilton Resort. As you can see, there was also substantial flooding in this area. By the way, if you appreciate the time and energy it takes for me to provide this unique perspective of Maui from the air, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for continued updates. We're now approaching the intersection at South Kihei Road again, and we're going to follow South Kihei Road, this time heading south. The buildings that you see that are right on the edge of the water are part of the Kihei Bay Vista condo complex. Just past that, you're going to see the Kihei Bay Surf condo complex. And on the ocean side, we're approaching Menehune Shores. Coming up on the left side of the screen is the Kihei Resort condo complex, and just past that is the Koa Resort condo complex. So what was it about this particular Kona low storm that caused Kihei to be impacted more than your typical storms here on Maui? Well, most of the time Hawaii gets a northeast trade wind. Those winds hit the north and east sides of Maui first, dumping rain on places like Hana and the widespread slopes of Haleakala. By the time the air reaches Kihei and Wailea, it's usually dry, which is why these areas are normally some of the driest on the island. However, a Kono low storm is different. During this type of storm, the winds come from the south or southwest, pushing moisture directly towards the south-facing coastline. When that moist air hits the slopes of Haleakala, it rises, cools, and releases even more rain. Since Kihei is mostly flat, it's built on lava rock, and it's not used to heavy rain, water tends to run off quickly, which is why we can see flooding and even the road damage like we see happening here along South Kihei Road. So while Kihei usually avoids the big storms, during a Kono low storm like we just had, it can suddenly get hit much harder than normal. We're now passing the Kauhali Makai condo complex. The buildings with the red roofs are Luana Kai, and off in the distance a little ways you can see Maui Sunset condos. Now we're going to jump a little bit further south to an area that I would consider more central Kihei. I saved this clip for last because I think it's the most promising. This area did receive some flooding, and as you can see, there was mud on the street. But as of right now, South Kihei Road in this area is open, and they're actively working to clean up the mud. It's good to see progress already, just one day after the storm. Now, for point of reference, on the ocean side of South Kihei Road right now is Kalama Park, and we just passed Foodland Grocery Store on the mountain side. Now we're flying right next to an area that's known as the Triangle, where you're going to find a bunch of restaurants and bars. In the middle of the screen, you'll see a mid-rise condo complex that is Island Surf. And just past that is the area known as the Cove, which is a popular beginner's surf break. Now, that was all the footage I was able to get in between the rain and wind today, so this is where I'm going to end the video. But feel free to share it with anyone you know who wants to stay informed on what is really happening on Maui. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope to see you all on the next video. Aloha.